How's it going, everyone? Today I'm coming at you guys with another episode of Psychopaths. Today I'm in my favorite riding spot, Marquette, Michigan, and my guest today is Kelvin from the Shred Shed. Nice. Kelvin, I'm not kidding.
No way. You're kidding.
I'm not dead ass. They found a man dead right here. But this dude's story has one too many parallels to my life.
Oh no.
I'm not comfortable with.
Well,
okay.
it's a Wisconsin thing, apparently.
Kelvin, I really appreciate you coming along on this ride. I don't feel like I really needed you to pull any teeth on this one. This place is sick. And we've been meaning to get together and ride for quite a while. So what's your relationship with death? You into it?
Well, we're on a cliff
We're on
right
a cliff right now. I ask because this episode's gonna be a bit, I would say, darker than some of my other episodes.
All right.
We'll try and keep it light.
Great.
Okay, before I get into the episode, if you've never seen our Psychopath series, thanks for checking it out. This series isn't just about the mountain bike trails, it's about all sorts of exploring, adventures, history, mystery, anything we can find in the places we ride. So if this is your first time, I hope you enjoy this series. Check out all of our other episodes. I think we're up to 7 now, maybe. But what's funny is this Marquette episode was the first one that I planned out. I actually filmed one in Marquette a year and a half ago, and I ended up scrapping it because I didn't really have a direction for this series, and now I do. So this is the end product. Huge shout out to my guest Kelvin from the Shred Shed. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and our channel, like, comment, all that stuff. Thanks. Let's get into it. Named after famous missionary and explorer Jacques Marquette, Marquette, Michigan is the largest city in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and the third biggest city on Lake Superior. While historically known for its shipping exports of iron ore, it holds a special place in the hearts of many outdoor enthusiasts. For some sick individuals, it's the bitter cold and 12 feet of annual snowfall. And for some like me, it's the beautiful moderate summer temps and lake breeze, mixed with incredible scenery and some of my favorite mountain bike trails in the country. Marquette ticks all the boxes for most people: food, beer, trails, and good vibes. Endless places to explore. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about a few interesting things that I've found while falling in love with this great city. And at the end, I'll make my case on why I believe Marquette and all of the UP needs to be liberated and given to its rightful owners, Wisconsin. To get to our first stop in the video, I'm taking Kelvin down the Southern Cross Trail and connecting to Doctors. An ironic name for a trail that sent me to the hospital for stitches the first time I rode it. Nonetheless, this is actually one of my favorite combo trails in Marquette. It starts out steep and chunky near the Marquette Overlook and descends gradually towards Lake Superior. The trail is pretty high speed and flowy with the exception of a climb near the end, but it does have lots of rocks and roots that could snipe you at any second, so it can be a bit of a white knuckle ride. Yeah. Nice.
You know what's funny?
What?
Last time we rode that, I got to that section, I'm like, not a chance.
Yeah, I used to
Stopped
be
there
like,
looking at it for 5 minutes, like, nope. Then, now we just did it blind.
Calvin, do you have any sort of morbid curiosity?
Morbid cat? What the heck does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, really weird morbid shit.
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well then, we'll see how you like this next spot.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Are we going out to the lake?
Yeah, just keep going. Follow this wherever. If mountain biking isn't your thing, make sure to check out the Marquette Multi-Use Path, which features over 17 miles of paved path and takes you through iconic Marquette landmarks, history, and scenery. The most popular segment being the 5-mile stretch along Lake Superior.
It's crazy how different these feel on pavement compared to the dad rigs.
No kidding.
The dad mobiles.
No kidding. Should have brought the gravel bikes.
PSI versus these spongy boys.
Yeah, next time we'll just leave the mountain bikes at home. Calvin, do you see this fence up here? This green fence right back there?
Yep.
Okay, so what if I told you on the other side of that fence, there's just a shit ton of dead bodies laying. Calvin, I'm not kidding.
No way.
Just out in the open.
You're kidding.
I'm not dead ass. It's one of 8 body farms in the entire world.
Like,
It's a forensic anthropology center. So they put one up here to see what kind of effects Lake Superior would have on dead and decomposing bodies.
they're just sitting
So
out.
that green fence and barbed wire blocks the whole thing from people seeing it.
No way.
Yep. So I put my drone up right now. I could. It's probably definitely frowned upon. And if I do, I'm not using the footage. Not told. So if you think I'm putting it in this video, it ain't happening. Pretty crazy to think about that people donate their bodies to just have tossed out in that field.
So that's like, hi, when I die, I like to donate my body to science.
You-
Whether it be
that's what-
for
that could be-
organ research or whatever it may be.
Yep. You can just,
Or you just rot in the field.
it essentially goes to
How do you not smell it?
solving murders. You know, it's on top of a hill, near a lake, a lot of wind, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's just a big old open fenced in lot.
Do you see like some things down there?
Yeah, there's like, yeah,
Yeah, the satellite images aren't great, but
like well trimmed areas or,
yeah.
I mean, I have no idea what is there, but there's something there. Like it's not just a grassy field. If you were to say, oh, there's a building behind there, I would believe you until you looked at this and there's clearly nothing there.
After checking out what we could of the body farm, we were able to catch a shuttle back up to the top of Marquette Mountain for my friend Kyle, who you may recognize from the very first episode of Psychopaths. Unfortunately, earlier in the day he had a nasty crash resulting in a few broken ribs. Luckily for us, he was okay to drive, and he also contributed a lot of the cinematic shots you saw in the beginning of the video. Show Kyle some love and check out his personal pages, which are in the description below.
I'm your local truck shuttler.
Yeah, I got my Uber. My Uber driver is taking me to the top of the mountain. Could you pay Uber drivers to shuttle you?
Maybe figure out like a different platform and then
No, you probably could do Uber, just hang out at a mountain and like have clientele and just be like, hey, we're on Uber, hit us up.
yeah, I'll take you out.
Once to the top of the Marquette Overlook, we dropped in on the trail No Dab and connected to Chunder Muffin. This takes us back to the South Trails parking lot, where we were meeting up with Andy and Watiri, who decided to drop in late for the weekend. If you want to see more of this trail, I did a full video of it a few years back with my friend Pat Samaji, so if you want to check that out, I'll include a link. Figured I'd just throw a few clips in this video to show you how gnarly it really is. Remember, no dabbing.
Barely survived that.
Back corner. What's up?
How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Calvin.
Hi, Terry.
Nice to meet you.
What's up?
Hi, Colin.
Did you guys ride at all?
Hi.
It's Calvin.
Kyle, too.
Hey.
Sorry, we just
Hi,
been
Colin.
talking.
Hi,
What,
Colin.
too?
For the last stop in our video, we are heading over to Presque Isle Park. Located just north of downtown Marquette, Presque Isle is a must-see stop in the area. Almost completely surrounded by Lake Superior, this 323-acre park features some of the best views you'll find in the UP. But behind all the majestic beauty, Presque Isle happens to be the location of an unsolved murder mystery that doesn't seem to get much attention. All right, so now we've made it over to Presque Isle Park, where I'm going to tell you a story that kind of weirds me out in a lot of ways. So 35 years ago, they found a man dead right here, stabbed a boatload of times, like too many to still be alive. I don't know what the number is. But anyways, this dude's death, it's an unsolved mystery.
Okay.
Okay, it's like one of the only unsolved murders in upper Michigan. But this dude's story has one too many parallels to my life.
Oh, no.
I'm not comfortable with.
Well,
Okay.
it's a Wisconsin thing, apparently. So.
Okay, so this dude's name was Paul Gerard.
Okay.
Okay, Gerard is my middle name.
Okay.
So right away I was like, that's kind of weird. I'm Colin Gerard. This guy's name's Paul Gerard. He was murdered on September 30th, 1988.
Please tell me your birthday is September 30th.
My birthday is not only September 30th, it's September 30th, 1988.
No way.
This dude was murdered the second I was born. The same freaking day.
What?
So right there, two weird coincidences. So he was murdered here at Presque Isle Park. In my 34 and a half years of being alive, the only time I can tell you definitively that I almost lost my life was in this park.
What?
And I will take you to the spot where I almost died.
Okay.
And it was a mistake that I'm embarrassed of, but I'm also like, I think about like, God, why didn't my friends tell me I was a half a step away from losing my life?
Like hiking near death or
Yes,
biking?
well,
Okay.
we were hanging out on the cliffs, normal cliffs, and there was just a random hole to hell straight through the cliffs to the lake.
Okay.
It wasn't as it was just a hole in the cliffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I was back facing it. And if I would have taken one step back, I would
No
have
way.
fallen probably, I don't know, 25 feet into jagged rocks.
Mm-hmm.
So super not cool.
Wild.
And then Paul Gerard was an openly gay man, and I got called gay in high school a lot. Marquette police still consider the murder of Paul Gerard an ongoing investigation, and within the last couple of years have announced they have identified suspects in the case. If you'd like to hear more about the murder, check out the Park Predators podcast. The episode is called The Isle, and I highly recommend checking it out.
Is that the hole you're talking about?
That
No way.
giant hellhole right there.
No thanks. You're what, like standing backwards talking, you're just like dipped down?
Yeah, we finished up riding, and we came out here and we're hanging out, and we're all standing up here. We were climbing down there, and I climbed straight up. Okay. It's like, what, 10 feet maybe?
Oh, more than
But
that.
I would have fallen backwards on my head.
Yeah.
I was standing with my back to this, like this, and we were talking the whole time, having a conversation right here,
And just no one mentions it.
and no one says a single word to me that there's a giant death hole behind me.
Classic. Yeah, that would not be pleasant to fall into.
No, it certainly would not be.
Like if you took a step back and like hung up your heel and
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, look at,
that's what would happen, right?
I mean, look at this. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just trip backwards, and you go head first down the back of this.
Dude,
Kevin, what's your favorite trail up here?
oh boy. Was that Doctors we did today?
Yeah, we did Southern Cross to Doctors.
I like that one a lot. Hardtail Pride was a blast. I didn't get everything on there, but that one's a ton of fun. That was also my first time down it, and it was blind, so I like riding trails blind too. But following you into it was sweet because like you've ridden it before,
Yeah.
so it was good to be towed in on that.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. It used to be A-line, but I wish there was an A-line with a little bit bigger stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I would agree.
yeah, we try and get up here at least once a year. I can't remember if we made it here last year or not, but like there was one year we came up here 3 or 4 times in one summer. It's only like it's about a 5-hour drive for us to get up here.
Yeah, that's the exact same for
Yeah,
me.
Yeah, that's why it's such a perfect meeting spot for us. Either that, one of us had to swim across the pond to go visit each other.
There's a ferry, but it would cost us like $400 round trip to do.
Right. Yeah, no, Marquette's such the perfect spot for mountain biking, hanging out. Like, it's sweet to, like, we could bring our families up here and have endless amounts of things to do, or we can come up here and just ride bikes all weekend.
Yep, yeah, you're never
And
really
not even
bored.
scratch the surface on anything, or on everything.
Yep. Yeah, and then you leave and you're like, oh shoot, we should have done this, this,
Yeah.
and this. Or you're like, oh, I can't wait till the next time I'm up there.
Yeah, it's always reasons to come back to. Like, every time we go on a trip somewhere, like a bike trip in, like, Bentonville or wherever, it's like, oh, I wish we could have ridden that. Like, same thing here. But yeah, it's just more reason to come back. every
Yep,
time.
yeah, it's one of those places where you're kind of like planning the next trip before you even leave.
Right. Or in towns like this where they get it, like, they get that you build trails, people are going to come here. Like, we just drove 5 hours, left our families at home to come ride together for the whole weekend. We're not the only ones who do that, but they just keep building more and more stuff, and people are going to keep coming back. So
Yep.
they get it.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Big shout out to Kelvin from the Shred Shed. Thanks for coming along, man.
Thanks for having me.
This is an awesome weekend. We got a lot of camping, a lot of riding in, hit a lot of different trails. Marquette is a special place, so make sure you check it out.
Get up here.
Get up here. Also, go check his channel out, the Shred Shed. I'll put it in the description below. Thanks, guys.
These days, time is hard to come by. This trip went by way faster than I would have liked, but I'm so thankful that I was able to surround myself with great friends in a gorgeous place. Waking up between the pines to the sound of crashing waves on the lakeshore is a little piece of heaven on earth, the exact sort of thing I needed.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. Now on this boat,